Hello, hi, sweet lovely people. My name is Jess Marie, and we are loaded up, set to go. Y'all can't tell how much stuff is in here. It's gonna rattle and clank. I really wanted to say ratchet and clank, but it's gonna rattle and clank the entire car ride, but we're just gonna deal with it. I have this beautiful fresh zit that you know when you just get those zits and you can feel them before you even wake up. You roll on your pillow and it's like, ugh. Just feels uncomfortable, and then it's like, oh mama, I'ma pop you. I am someone, I can't help it but to pick at my acne when I'm stressed or when I'm avoiding something. So except for, see this, all that mustache line of pimples, that's all hormones. That's baby mama hormones just coming in as a fresh mustache zit mustache pimple. And I don't even know what the difference is between a zit and a pimple is. Like, I know blackhead, obviously, but these along here are just straight up little bumps, little red dots that you can't pick at. If you try to, it's gonna make things way worse. I promise you, they're gonna be way worse. And can I just say as well that I'm really missing being at home and having a snow shovel. I love genuinely shoveling the sidewalks. I think it's just such an honest, genuine act of, hey sir, can you not flick your cigarette butts? You know, I done that. I used to flick my cigarette butts and think it was sexy to stomp it out like Sandy did in Grease. But somebody got mad at me one time for doing it. And you know, I was 20, 21 maybe, but like 20. It's like I'd been smoking for 2 years, didn't really think about it too much. When you're older, when you look like, I don't know, if you're a smoker, it's hard to tell age, but if you're over the age of 45 and you're flicking your cigarette butts, like, come on, like, let's get real here. I actually traveled to work. I had an hour ride to work, and the two gals that I drove up with, one of them I didn't understand. I think it's just because I have this opinion on vegans where I assume if you're vegan, you're doing something, like, you don't agree with eating something that it has lived a horrible life and had been slaughtered unjustly and contributing to the carbon or the methane. I think cows are methane, not carbon. I was watching Alex Jones and Joe Rogan talk about carbon. But yeah, I'm pretty sure cows are the #1 producers of methane gas. Anyways, the grazing land that they need to be able to eat and to fuel us, how many cows that it takes, so on and so forth, and other animals as well, and just the cruel treatments and yada yada yada. So I just have this expectation with vegans, or even vegetarians for that matter, that it's like, okay, we're trying to live a more green lifestyle and do better for the planet and use things that are recyclable and not buy our spinach in a plastic container, but instead just grab a bunch of spinach and pay for it, not put it in a bag or whatever, right? But then I was in the car with a vegan, and she would put every single cigarette butt out the window, and it was just the most hypocritical thing that I couldn't wrap my mind around. It did not make sense to me, but I guess that's just, it's the way that it goes. Sure. Anyways, it is what it is. So yeah, I genuinely though, I do love shoveling snow. I love free exercise. This sounds so odd, but I love being able, free exercise is something like shoveling the snow, something like moving. Today we were moving, obviously, all these boxes and all this stuff. It's just free exercise. What else is a great example? Walking to the store, walking and then carrying your groceries back. That's more so if you're not doing a full grocery load, but you're doing You know, like I need eggs, I need green onion and some spinach or maybe a couple peppers, you know, some breakfast stuff or whatever. Walk to the grocery store and it's fine, it's all G. But then I don't understand. Oh, I don't know where I was actually going with that. But yeah, this is my little alone time where I can just be in my thoughts. I'm really not thinking. I'm avoiding being in my thoughts, to tell you all the truth. I want to be at home. We are in the Okanagan right now. Packing up my grandma's home, donating it. This is all going to my buddy Dave's house. There's cups and plates, pens, and a computer chair. He had taken some other stuff as well. A couple lamps and like a table, bar stools. But yeah, I would love to get some food. Oh my gosh, we had bacon and eggs this morning with cantaloupe and blueberries, and it was so good. But yeah, going back to my thought, I am avoiding thinking and processing until we get home, because there's nowhere I can find myself. Like I can go, it's cold, so it's a little bit different going. There's no full lakes or streams or anything that I feel like I can just go to and be. I know I want to go to the Squamish River, and my grandma, she would take home sand from different places when she went to Hawaii. I think 3 times she'd went. All 3 times she brought sand back, and she had she got Jamaican sand as well, and I'm gonna release that all in the Squamish River. I don't know if that's something that's illegal or frowned upon. Maybe I should look that up. But it's not a lot, and it's not salmon spawning season, so I don't think it's going to. I'll look it up. But for me, that's more of a peace of mind thing. That's more of a, hey, I need to be at the river, do some chanting, do some singing, do some cleansing and some spirit work, and really be able to release my emotions with the flow of the river. And for me, that's my healthy way of dealing with it. This is my first experience losing someone very close to me, so I wasn't sure when this moment was gonna come. I wasn't sure how I would react or how I would respond, and I didn't even know who it was gonna be. And like, I think, because accidents happen all the time, things happen where they're out of our control. But I knew at some point, yes, I'm gonna lose somebody close, and it's gonna hurt, and I'm gonna miss them. But I keep telling people it's the circle of life, and I will handle it in the way that I feel is most appropriate for myself and most true to myself, and something of closure, because I do believe in the spirit world, and I am active in the spirit world. It's something that I hold close to, because I believe that they watch us, we can access them, and you hear mediums and psychics who are able to access them more readily and access other people's spirits. Me, I don't want that. I don't want it. I keep my doors open, but I'm also reserved in a sense. I'm not open to every idea, every person that's out there in the world, every soul, every spirit. Not like that, but for myself, I do speak, and I know Jesus. I know who Jesus is. But when it comes to other spirits, sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to know who I'm speaking to. And sometimes it's as simple as directing it to Gaia, Mother Gaia, the earth, directing our thoughts to them, to the divine, the divinity. That can mean so many different things, and it could be multiple spirits. It could be the divine, the divinity of only myself or of my family. It's something that if you are going to do any kind of spirit work or anything like that, know who you're talking to, because if you're just talking to talk and you're not directing your thoughts anywhere, and sometimes our intentions aren't good, and we don't always, it's not always malicious, it's not like maliciously trying to do something, but let's say I want to get a promotion, and that promotion, giving it to me, means that somebody else is not giving it who is more worthy or more deserving or has different credentials. That is kind of where that comes in, right? Where it's like, okay, like you just got to be careful with who, and also there's dark forces as well. There's, you know, I believe that we're in a war of good versus evil. I believe that for a long time, and I will believe that because of my belief in Jesus and my trust and faith in Him, where He is the good. He came down here to rescue us, to save us from sin, to save us from, we are allowed to mess up and we don't have to be punished for that. And then you have the dark side, which we obviously know who that is, and some people very much so represent that force, that spirit, even though sometimes I justify it and I'm like, you know what, I think they actually mean that they're doing well. I think they're trying to do well, but they're just coming about it really wrong and really rude, and that's just me. And that's something too that I may change my mind about in 5 years. I may have a better understanding of what I'm talking about, because I am only 23. I don't understand everything. I'm in my own journey of learning, and for the most part, I am my own teacher. I find out information. Oh, that was amazing to see. Somebody just drove forward. We were at a stoplight, and all the snow on the back just kind of like staircased off, and it was pretty cool. But I am my own teacher. I am my own guide in a sense, until somebody decides to take that role. I speak to Jesus, yes, but he's a teacher, yes, but I consider him more of a friend. He's my friend. I have a friendship in him, and I trust in him to lead me in the right direction. But for the most part, I do believe that I'm my own teacher until I am in a situation where it's like, hey, I can ask you to be my teacher, to be my mentor. And there's people throughout my life, grandparents and aunts, that friends even, different kinds of teachers, not like conventional teachers or like coworkers that do teach, and I can take things from what they say and their actions and their life lessons, but it's not the same as, hey, I would like to learn about herbal medicine. Can you teach me about that, as well as teaching me how to effectively use it, not only for myself but for other people, and to bless the herbs and to be able to speak to them and have this universal currency of love. And one day I believe that'll happen. I really hope that I can meet my mentor, my guide, and even have my tribe, have my group of people where it's like, hey, I love you guys and I'm gonna spend all my time with you. No, you can't have your blinker on there. You gotta go in the turning lane. This is to go straight. Maybe they just accidentally had their blinker on. Whatever. So I'm gonna let y'all go here. Thank you for listening if you made it this far. I love y'all so much. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.